Jaden, no, stay in your seat over here. I moved you for a reason. Well, probably for, I don't know, for a lot of reasons, but that's just one of them. All right, hey folks, it is December the 8th, and today we're finishing up chapter 25. We're going to go over the first half of the next chapter, that's chapter 26 tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we're going to have a vocabulary quiz, and on Friday, I'm going to have an assignment for you. So that means no lecture on Friday or on Thursday. So the terms we have up on the board are Decius Mus, Titus Manlius, the Caudine Forks, and King Pyrrhus. So make sure that you read your chapter and observe the notes and all that good stuff. Make sure you study for your quiz. All right, so I'll show you in class, folks.
When is the quiz?
Thursday. Thursday. And then after the quiz, I'll give you your next set of readings, which is going to be the next part of Alexander the Great's life. So we're going to finish that off. I was kind of hoping we could finish it before Christmas, but where's my orange?
I'm using it to do something.
For what?
I'm color coding something and I don't have any orange.
Don't use it all up. It's my only orange. All right. Now I got a million blacks. All right.
I can't highlight something in black.
Not effectively. All right. So,
Government does it.
Underline.
well, yeah, that's called redaction. That's when they don't want you to read something. All right. So once again, the Romans, they're becoming the hegemon. That means the strongest force, the strongest country, and they're becoming the strongest one in Italy. They're starting to take over the entire peninsula. And so they're having a lot of combat between their neighboring people, the Latins, and of course the Etruscans and other tribes as well. And so we have the Romans, they're meeting up in battle. And so before this battle against their neighboring Latins, they're told through a prophecy, apparently, that whichever general dies in combat is the one who's going to ensure victory. And so Decius Mus was the one who his troops were withdrawing first. So it was decided he would be the one. So he cast his spear into the ground and he charged headlong, defenseless into the enemy forces, which slew him. And so the Romans thought that that was a great act of piety and patriotism because they thought he was trying to make the prophecy fulfilled. And so here he is talking to his guys. So these paintings are from the late Renaissance mostly. You'll notice that a lot of the stuff they have are kind of like idealized props, maybe not necessarily historically accurate, but you know.
Yes, we go into combat with these big sticks. They don't
Well,
move.
Well, in this one here, like if you pay too close attention to the weapons, you're like it's like thwacking with like a dagger, you know. And this is like the strangest thrust. It's like a backhand ninja thrust from a horseback right into his neck.
Yeah.
I was like, what? It's just I don't know.
I can't believe that works.
Isn't that one of these guys?
No, he charged into the enemy. I would think not. So here we have him who's receiving word that he's the one to go from the pagan priest. And of course, then we have the story of Titus Manlius. And so the order's given that there's to be no single-handed combat. They're all supposed to fight according to the orders of the general. The general is Manlius. Unfortunately, his son is going to go out and win a duel against the enemy. Whenever he receives the word that his son defied his orders, he is beheaded because that's what a good Roman does. I mean, the law.
Yes, he won a duel.
Yeah, the law is more important than family in Rome. It's a very legalistic society.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
oh my
well,
gosh, you can see his neck. Like
yeah,
his neck.
there's like some gross stuff, and there's like what's left of him. So
His dad is just like, I do not see it.
it's a pretty brutal weight loss plan. Okay. So
I lost 80 pounds in a few days. I lost both my arms.
I would be able to tell if that picture had more pixels than what I can count on my fingers.
so you might remember later on,
Which pixel is your favorite?
they're fighting a people called the Samnites, right? And so as they're fighting the Samnites, they're eventually going to be defeated. The Roman army is going to be captured. And the wise old man is going to tell the leaders of the Samnites, you should either befriend the Romans or slay them. Otherwise, they're going to come back and get you. Instead, they decide to have them humiliated. They're stripped of their armor. Their leaders are killed. And they're made to march underneath a yoke to show servitude. So,
And
Not a
then the
happy
Romans
day for
come
the
back
Roman
and kill
army.
him.
Hmm?
And then the Romans come back and kill him.
and then the
There's
Romans
always-
come back
what if,
for
wait,
revenge.
what if a Roman like had an insane vertical and just jumped over the entire
They'd probably behead him.
thing?
I mean, well, you see, they're all like chained together,
Mad
right? See?
lads.
Or they're like tied, like you
Oh,
see, they're all
so
tied
they
together. So they're
You
just
can't
like,
be head, but you can't catch.
Zoom in.
but yeah, there's lots of decapitation going on. So, as the Romans advance and start taking over most of Italy, they come across Greek settlements in Italy. Remember, the Greeks were colonizing much of the peninsula, just like they were colonizing parts of Spain and France and North Africa. Well, as the Romans come across an Italian city-state, they're going to ask essentially the Macedonians for help. And so then you get King Pyrrhus. And he's going to bring this Alexander-style phalanx and elephants that he had purchased from Alexander's old purchase holdings. And so they're going to bring phalanx warfare and elephant warfare against the legions. Of course, those elephants aren't that big. This is definitely not the scale. That's more like those are like bigger than
That's probably what it
Africans.
felt like to fight an elephant.
I would imagine so. And so, yes, the Roman legionnaires faced
the first
heavy
one is
casualties.
with the elephant that's standing right next to him. That seems more accurate.
Yeah, the one with the red hat.
Yeah, the red
Yeah.
one is
The one
fine.
that's
But then,
standing
then
on guy.
everything
Yeah,
is-
these like to scale, it's like they're just like dwarfs compared to
like you
mega
come up to like an
elephants.
elephant's leg.
Uh-huh.
Well, the
You're-
men are
That's
scaling.
even African elephants aren't that big.
They are
Look at
big
the
elephants.
first
Well, the-
elephant, he's standing on someone.
Yeah.
That
You're
guy
just
got
like,
squished.
And look at this cloud. They're so big. Apparently, they're just like making clouds of
But
dust.
the
The
thing is,
frog.
they're kind of like they can run, but even like they can't run for like super.
Oh
long.
yeah.
They can run, but it's like boom, boom, boom,
They gotta
boom, boom.
rest. So
See an earthquake
That's
here
when
from
you run underneath him with a little sword.
You
The
just-
ro-
A quick disembowelment for your trouble.
So
it was like
despite
rain on your head while you're doing it.
despite heavy losses, the Romans
If
are
you
going
get
to
fast
gain.
enough, it wouldn't.
Hey folks. So despite heavy losses, the Romans are going to gain the respect of Pyrrhus, and he's going to ask for peace. But he still wants to keep his troops in Italy. And so he's going to send an envoy to the Roman Senate. That's this guy in blue. But then you're going to have an old Roman senator named Appius Claudius Caecus. And he's going to come in and say, the last thing you can do is let these guys stay in this continent. You have to drive them out. So they're going to have one last battle, the Battle of Beneventum. Yeah,
Oh,
Until he finds out there's a lot more.
bless you. So they're going to have this last battle, the Battle of Beneventum. And this is where we're going to get the term a Pyrrhic victory, named after King Pyrrhus. King Pyrrhus is going to win the battle, but he's going to essentially lose the war because he lost so many troops, he cannot field another battle. And so he withdraws. So he won the battlefield, but he loses the peninsula and he has to go home. Yeah.
See that giant spear guy having all that elephant?
That's gigantic, enormous, yeah.
They just stab people from down there.
That's the
That would
Look at that
suck.
guy.
That
He
would
looks like
suck.
do you see that guy in the corner? He looks like a YouTuber thumbnail. Elephants in warfare, not clickbait.
Imagine being like a warrior down there trying to like skin off elephants and fight against actual people, and then you have like
Look
a
at
giant
that cute
random
little
javelin
elephant
come down
armor.
from the giant
He
and
looks like a
stab
tank.
you in the head.
These are definitely like
God.
early tanks because I mean, like, that's
Look at
tough.
their little horns.
Like elephant hide is
They got little
already
tusks.
super
They
tough.
got little horns on their tusks. They have little balls.
But yeah, they were known for, especially if you're using archers. I think the guys on spears were mostly just to keep them off the elephant, to not hurt their feet and stuff.
That was something.
Oh no, the elephant's gonna step on the swords. They cut himself.
The most important person, however, is the handler, because the handler essentially has to raise them from a calf, train them. They're with them every day. They sleep next to them. They feed them. They're like constantly caring for them. It looks like they got like fireplace pokers. I don't know what that's about. So, yeah, this is going to be. So this is going to be a total. Eventually, hey guys, yes. So this is going to lead to Rome being the last major power in Italy, and so that's what we're going to pick up next time.
That's what happens when you don't listen to your grandpa.
Go ahead and get our terms. All right, so first one, Decius Mus. So what was his story again?
Like he was okay, so he was like, what's his name?
Uh-huh.
Right. That wasn't the. So he was the guy who sacrificed himself for the gods.
Yes, yes. So, and that's like, once again, when I'm telling you these things about the people, a lot of these early people, they're a moral story for Romans. So yeah, self-sacrifice. Yeah. That's a Roman moral. Sacrificed himself in order to gain divine favor and victory for Rome. So that's the whole point of it. It's not necessarily they were fighting this tribe of people in Italy, or it was so decisive or something like that. The whole point was that it's self-sacrifice, and that's something that all Romans are supposed to live for. So, good. Now, the next one. We have Titus Manlius. So, what was so manly about this guy?
He
His
won a
last
duel and
name.
then he died.
He sat on a chair.
His
Second.
last name.
His last name?
No, he's the dead guy. He's the dead one.
No, he's the guy sitting up.
I thought he was the dead one.
You sure?
No, that's
He's his
That's his
son.
son.
He's the other. He's the manliest junior.
So Titus is the junior. Wait. I thought Titus was
I thought
the
Titus was
consul.
the son.
Yeah, he's the yeah. Titus is the dad.
I thought Tyler was the guy who killed.
Yes. So
Titus is the guy who ordered the other guy's execution.
who's the other guy?
His son.
Yeah.
His son ordered his execution.
No,
the dad ordered his son.
he's a consul who had his own son executed.
That's horrible.
It is, but it's a Roman moral, not our morals. We don't do that. Romans were like, I'll get rid of my own son if I think it helps my country. Who executed his own son,
Are you winning,
Or-
son? Yeah.
defying orders. So
Shouldn't have been.
you obey Rome or you get the axe. I mean, that's a pretty Roman moral. Huh. That's not like an American, Judeo-Christian, or modern moral. That's a Roman moral. So,
Serve your country or not?
all right. So, the Caudine Forks. So, what was this about? No, they're not too happy there. They got kids laughing at them, stuff like that. There's some heads on spears.
Like, what do the kids do?
Laughing at him,
They're gonna
ridiculing him.
No,
they're
they
mistakes.
didn't.
What if you're really short and you could just walk in the room without any problem?
Then I guess you're
That is
gonna
so
be a
funny.
little less humiliated.
You just like.
What if his
Why
name's
couldn't you
Jaden?
just wait? Why couldn't you just bend?
So what if his name's Jaden?
then your name would be Jacob.
Why couldn't you just bend your knees instead of bowing down? You could just like
That seems
squat.
like.
Eh,
You could play a limbo.
I don't know. They might not have had a choice. It doesn't look like they were ready to play games.
What are those guys
Because if you,
in
especially,
the background? They're just like,
like, look at this expression. Like, these guys are like, they're not happy. They're like pretty upset.
Just like, what is happening?
That guy's on the right's like, no dead guy.
It
oh,
almost,
look at that guy looking up. He's like,
it's almost like a look of like, I want revenge too. Yeah, he is looking at the head.
oh my gosh, they do. They have heads on sticks.
Yeah.
That little kid just wants.
Those were their generals. So they,
soak it in lighter fluid and use it.
So one of the guys is the nuclear general. Oh, that's so creepy.
yeah.
One of the guys is staring at the painting.
Okay.
He's got the red
So
face,
this
he's
stuff, I don't like that, man.
All right. So what was this about? What happened here?
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
And they made them, they humiliated them with like a yoke.
Yeah. So Roman army
Generals.
defeated and captured. Later returned for revenge. Very Italian principle there. Revenge. So once again, another Roman moral. Revenge. Not a modern moral. We would call that more of a vice today. But to the Romans, get back at your enemies. Makes a lot of sense.
So the Italians like spaghetti, fascism, and revenge.
Oh my goodness.
Those poor Italians. Modern Italians are definitely like, they're like some like not revengeful people. They're like pretty nice. But yeah.
It's weird.
Oh yeah.
Like all other states, it's like to replace normal words or to replace something that you can't say that they would replace with French word with French. I don't understand.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, they're pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right, last one. King Paris or Pyrrhus. What was his deal?
So he was the king of, how do you say like Epirus,
Epirus, right?
Yeah. He was the king of Epirus that gave away a failing handsome elephant to the free city. Like it started with a table on.
Epirus wasn't Italy.
Oh, like-
Epirus was on the,
Yeah, it's more think east.
yeah, it was on the Greek coast.
Mm-hmm. You are correct. King of Epirus entered Italy.
Oh, really?
Fought Rome. Used elephants. Yeah. And phalanx. So they're using the same methods of warfare that had taken over the known world at that time. So the Romans were really put to the test. Now, the last battle of Beneventum, what happened? As far as we know, not details. We didn't learn a lot about details, but who won that battle?
Rome.
Pirates.
I thought
Yeah.
Rome won. I thought they were. Oh no, they won, but they lost so many people.
Yeah, Pyrrhus wins.
Oh yeah,
Like
But-
the hill.
Lost so many troops.
He has to give up.
Yeah, that he had to withdraw. Leaving
Withdraw.
Italy for the Romans.
With WTIH. And DRWL. Withdraw.
So yeah, this is a Pyrrhic victory. Like it'd be like if you're in the playoffs, and in the playoffs you like you get half of your players injured to win. And so then you can't go on to the next game. It's like, what's the point? You might as well have just lost. It's just like sacrificing everything without the end in mind, right? So. And so,
That's
I think
usually,
that's
like,
the
you're not,
problem with their warfare. Their single units were too expensive to use so many.
well, I mean, yeah, phalanx were
oh, they're really powerful.
they had to be well equipped, well trained, which means they're well paid. Elephants too, super expensive. Yeah. So that's going to end chapter 25 for today. Make sure you read over that. We're going to go over the first half of chapter 26 tomorrow. And there's going to be no lecture on Thursday or Friday because we have our quiz and then an assignment. So I'll see you later.